What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of The Land of Lloyd. Now today we're taking a break from all the instructional videos I've been doing, and today I'm going to show you my famous French Onion Salisbury Steak. So if you do not know how to cook, don't worry, I'm going to go step by step. If I can do it, anyone can do it. All right, so I'm finishing up washing my hands. Make sure you always wash your hands before cooking. All right, very simple. So the first thing we're gonna do, I've already got 2 yellow onions cut up, all right? I usually use about 2.5 onions in this, so I can give this a quick chop here. Again, I wear these safety glasses so I don't cry while cutting the onions. Best invention ever, all right? So I'm just gonna give these a rough cut, because what we're gonna do is we're going to put them in a pan. We're gonna caramelize them, all right? All right, so those are all cut up. All right, so my onions are chopped up, okay? Now, we gotta caramelize the onions here. We'll get this going, all right? So I've got 5 tablespoons of stick butter in here. It's in the pan, it's getting all happy, all right? So I'm gonna add my onions, okay? Couple didn't want to go in, and then I'm gonna give those a quick stir. All righty, everyone at home, can you smell it? All right, I think, what does Guy Fieri say? Smell-o-vision? All right, I'm gonna use a 1/4 cup of beef broth, okay? Just standard beef broth. Just gonna pour it over. And we're gonna use a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. All right, so now we're gonna just let that caramelize, get nice and gooey, all right? Give it a quick stir. Now you want to keep an eye on it. I usually cook it on high to begin with, just until it gets going, okay? So you want to stir it every couple minutes. Make sure the butter's coated. Make sure that Worcestershire and beef broth is getting all over the onions. All right, so now we need to make our hamburger mixture, all right, for our French Onion Salisbury Steak. So if you look in here right now, I got about 1.5 pounds ground beef. I'm using 85-15. You can use 90-10. You can use 80-20. Doesn't matter, okay? I've added 1 egg in here already. So we're gonna do a 1/3 cup of panko breadcrumbs. Just pour it right in there, all right? We're gonna do another tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Right in there, all right? Some salt, just sprinkle some in there. There's no exact amount, all right? Pepper. Okay, and then we're gonna do some Italian seasoning, okay, and finally, garlic powder. Give it a little flavor. Let me come over here real quick, stir these onions. Oh yeah, look at these. These are getting good. Woo. I'll tell you what, Mrs. Lloyd is gonna love this meal tonight. All right, now, we need to form, I usually form about 5 hamburger patties because that's all that's going to fit in the pan. But we got to mix all this up, get everything nice and happy in here. All right, so give it a nice good hand mixture, and then we're going to form our patties. All right, so as you can see, I've got 5 hamburger patties from the meat and the egg and everything we added into it. Form the patties, all right? So I got my onions cooking here. I just sprayed a little Pam in here, into my pan here. So now we're gonna cook the hamburgers in here, all right? All right. Oh, listen to that sizzle. Dinner's coming, Mrs. Lloyd. All right. Like I said, if you have a bigger pan, you can probably fit a couple more in there, but this is all we need for tonight. So I got that going. All right, we're gonna monitor that. Let me give our onions, look at our onions. Don't they look happy? I love onions. All right, stir that up. So now all we're gonna do, we're gonna keep stirring the onions. Then we're gonna watch our burger. We're gonna flip maybe after 3 to 4 minutes, all right? It's gonna get a nice crust on the outside from the pan, all right? Flip them, all right? And we wanna pull them off out of the pan, probably about 150 degrees, because they're gonna cook some more later. All right, it's been about 4 minutes, so we're gonna flip these. Again, you're gonna have a nice coating, which is what you want. Look at that coating there, all right? So we just flipped these. These are gonna go for another 4 minutes. Let me stir my onions. Let's get a look in here at my onions. See how they're getting all nice and brown here. All that goodness is coming out of them. Okay. So we're going to monitor our burgers, and then we're going to wait for our internal temperature again to hit between about, 148, 150, and then we'll take them off. All right. So our hamburgers are done. Reached the temperature. So now we're going to remove these from the pan. All right. And we're just going to let these sit here. Look at this. This is going to be fantastic. All right. Let me turn off that. All right. Onions. Look at these onions. Man, I could eat all these onions right now. Look at these. All right. So these are about done. And then it's going to be on to the final step for the finished product of French Onion Salisbury Steak. All right, so our onions are cooking. All right, so now, how do we wrap this all up? All right, we're going to add a 1/3 cup of flour. Sprinkle right over the onions, okay? Right here, like that, okay? All right, 1/3 cup of flour in. We're going to give it a nice little stir. Kind of bring everything together, tie it all down. All right, I'm gonna reduce the liquid in there. Look at that. Get it all coated, the onions. Okay, all of that coated. Okay, now 2 cups beef broth. 2 cups we're gonna add. Okay. So I got one already poured out. So here's 1 cup. Add it right into the pan. All right. And let me add another cup of beef broth. That'll be 2 cups of beef broth. Stir that up. And let that. Now we're going to reduce our heat. Medium low. All right, and we're just going to let that cook for about a minute, minute and a half. Let everyone get acquainted in there. All right, so take our burgers. All right, our onions have been getting nice and happy with the beef broth and the flour. All right, we're going to put the burgers right in here like this. Let's put them anywhere for now. All right, again, heat's on medium low. Okay. Now, what I like to do, separate them, all right? Kind of separate them a little. All right, now, we're gonna take some provolone, sliced provolone, all right? 1 slice, each burger. Okay. And then, to top it off, I'm gonna take some Parmesan cheese. And we're going to sprinkle it, because there's not enough cheese already. We got to add more cheese. And sprinkle it on top of the cheese that we just put on the burger. Okay, a little more on that one, that one, that one. And in tribute to Emerald, you guys remember Emerald from the days of the Food Network, early days? Bam, bam, huh? Old school there. So now we're going to take a pan, we're going to cover it up, and we are going to set the timer for 6 minutes to melt the cheese. All right, it's been 6 minutes. Here's the finished product. Look at that. Cheese is nice and melted. Got the onions caramelized, all right? I made a little quick batch of mashed potatoes. Goes great with mashed potatoes. Fantastic meal, easy to do. I'm not a cook, but even I can do this, so come on. Impress your wives, husbands, all right? Say, I'm handling the dinner. French Onion Salisbury Steak, very easy to do. Send me a message if you need the full recipe written down, all right? And remember, tune in to another episode of the Land of Lloyd coming up, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Have a good night.